Hey everyone, this is Gus again. This is a video showcasing the unboxing of the Geonobi Upgrade kit or DIY kit. Although the box is not going to be the one you're going to get, I still haven't received them. I'm supposed to be getting those tomorrow. So as soon as I get the boxes, they're shipping out. Anyways, this will be just to show you the contents of the box as well as how to assemble, because again, this is a DIY kit. So again, sorry for not showcasing the correct box, but anyways, so the contents will be you're gonna get the body part, you're gonna get a partial chassis, several different pieces in a small bag with some hardware and accessories. So what you want to do is just try to get everything out of the box and lay it out so that you can start organizing how are you gonna assemble it. Obviously, again, the contents are the correct ones, not the box. Anyways, so first thing first, let's open up the body. This is basically how it looks like. It's a single piece design with threads on both ends. And we're going to take now what I suppose is the pommel piece. Yes, it is. So the pommel is, for those getting the static version only, you're only going to get the pommel and the static end cap for the pommel. For those getting the additional end cap piece and the blade plug, you're obviously going to get both versions. So to put it together, just line them up, start turning it, but it's easiest if you take your thumb, push from the inside, grab it from the top side, and then just start turning the pommel until it locks into place. There it is. All right, set that aside. Then let's start to assemble the emitter section. This is the heaviest part, so it's the brass piece. So this is the brass piece. If you want to put a set screw, now's the time to do it. Although you can do it afterwards, but here in the bag, you'll receive one small M3 set screw, so just be careful when taking the parts out. And while I'm at it, let me show you what the parts are. You're going to get a flat head screw for the CoverTech wheel. You're going to get a smaller M3 set screw for the static emitter end cap. Two push buttons, two what I call wedges that go onto the buttons. The reason they're not attached is because one of them you can paint it white if you want, because that's how it looks like on the original prop, but it's so small that I don't mind if you don't. But anyways, those two wedges, and here's the M3 set screw, so just be careful not to drop it. Any M3 set screw would work, but it's best if you use an M3 by 3 millimeters. You can use an M3 by 4 if you want, but it's best if you use the by 3, because it gets hidden without having to expose any of it on either side. This is the emitter base. I don't remember what I call it, but I think it's the base. This is where you will attach your brass piece onto it. And then you want to choose whichever end you want. In this case, this is the static only. So you want to take the one that's fully covered, and this one will be put back into its bag. Now this one needs the M3 flat head screw. You want to put the screw inside here. It has threads on it. Put it all the way in until it stops. That's it. That's all you have to do. And then you're going to put it on top of the brass piece. Might be a little rough the first half turns because it's still sharp on the on where the hole for the set screw is. So once you do it the first time, you might have some burrs coming out of it. So you want to take it out again and until it's smooth. Once it's smooth, or if you want to set it the first time like that, that's your whole emitter piece. So you have the emitter piece and the pommel piece. Now we're going to attach the CoverTech wheel to the body. So this has a chamfered innard for the flat head. Put it like that. You might need a different wrench for this one. I think it's the 3mm. And then just there's a hole for the CoverTech, and then just screw it in place. There you go. It should look like the prop. Again, the CoverTech in this version is like a normal CoverTech wheel. And not curved like we did on the V1. So last but not least, the concave buttons. For these, you are going to need some epoxy or silicone glue to put in the wedge in the slot. Now, for that, I normally use a silicone base glue, which is called E7000, or I should say B7000. The reason I use this one is because when you purchase it, it comes with a very small tip, so it's easiest to apply, and it's a little bit more liquidy than the E6000. You can also use the E6000, but I like this one instead. So what you want to do is just make sure don't put in too much, but there's a slot in there, and I put the tip all the way in until it collides with the bottom, and then start applying just a small quantity like so. Well, not like so, because it didn't apply much. There you go. It goes all the way into the slot. And then, if you want to use your fingers, that's fine. But you can also use a some small little fingers like these. I don't know what you call it. Now there is a side to the wedge. I'm not sure my camera's going to pick it up, but there is a rounded side that's supposed to be like the outer part of a button, and then there's also a radius top that is going to go on the top. The radius is going to have to go on the top, and the flat side is going to go on the bottom, and then the curved side is going to be outside. So you just pull it in. And don't worry about the excess on the glue. You can, once it's dried, you can remove it. It's a lot easier to remove when it's dry. Also, don't put in too much glue on it if it's not necessarily needed, but if you don't want to lose that wedge, better be sure you put in some glue on it. And let's do the second one. And then look for the radius surface. There it is. I call it the rounded edge, and the rounded or radius top edge, and then just slide it in. Let's close up the glue. And now I have all the parts I need to fully assemble the whole hilt. So now, sorry, I forgot the last part. You have to put in the buttons into the chassis. There's some slots for it. So make sure they're press fitted inside so that it don't fall off. Don't have to glue them, but if you don't want to install and just have the button so you can click on them, just put a dab of glue again in here, and that should be good enough for you to, there you go. They're both inside. Now, these are not fully glued in yet, but I'm gonna try to put them inside. So the way I do this is I put the buttons already in the orientation I want, and then just slide my finger in, then rotate them like so, because they have to have the wedges facing this way. Then just rotate it so that they're free hanging, and then with the buttons also facing down, you will slide it in. And you'll find the you have to maybe rotate the switches or the buttons a little bit until you are able to push them in.
3 hours later.
So I had to readjust the buttons because one of them was crooked. But anyways, here it goes again. So you have to line up the buttons with the push buttons, and then you start to slide it in, and it should be as easy as that. And then there you have it. Then just put in the emitter section, screw it in place so that the front chassis won't fall off. And finally put the pommel, and then you have it. So that's all you have to do. Took me about 5 minutes to put together. It's not a big deal. I think it's a somewhat of a fun experience to do. I've done this many times with other hilts, and for those who order the FX version, you're also going to get the vented end cap, as well as the 7/8 inch emitter end cap and a blade plug. Although this is not the correct one, but I'm going to use it for demo purposes. So I'm going to remove the static end cap for the emitter, and I'm not going to twist it on all the way, because what I'm going to do is I want to line up the plug. Now the correct plug will bottom out with a chassis, so it would be lined up perfectly up to where it should be. And then once it hits bottom, you're gonna tighten the screw so it doesn't fall out. And you put back the, sorry, I'm right-handed and I'm doing this left-handed. I apologize for that. So anyways, that's supposed to be flush, and that should be it. And again, for the pommel, you take the whole pommel out and then use a thumb and index finger trick to touch it and rotate the pommel to change it. Anyways, that's about it. Again, the boxes that I'm going to be using for shipping these are coming in tomorrow, so right after tomorrow I'll start shipping the kits to you guys. So thank you very much again. See you on the next one.